Hello, YouTube audience. Welcome back to part 2 of the reporting and first styling of the blueberry bonsai. And I finished teasing the roots and cut off maybe about 70% of the original roots. And now I'm going to proceed to repot the blueberry. So, um, so you can take a look on these roots. Blueberries has really fine roots, and it's acid loving plant. So it's almost exactly like the um, azalea. So I'm going to pot it into the typical bonsai soil for acid loving plant, which is Kanuma, like this I have here. um, so I'm going to put it into this semi-cascade pot. It's a training pot, it's a plastic pot, so it's relatively inexpensive. I think maybe about $6 or something like that. So you don't need to put the drainage screen in it. This plastic is made for drainage, and it has 6 tying holes, which is really good. So what I did here is I put 2 wire out of the bottom of the pot to tie the pot to the very outer edge of my patio, because I don't want the wind to blow the pot downstairs. And because I have a patio that's facing north, so it's as bad as it can be for sunshine. So I want to tie it to the very edge, so it can at least get some morning sunshine and some afternoon sunshine a little bit. So the other 2 wire, I put it in to the pot to tie the tree. So the wires I put in I actually put in 4 wires, so that 2 would be tying the pot to the patio, 2 would be tying the tree to the pot. So I'm just going to start trying to put this tree into the pot and see how much can I get in there. So it's going to look like that. So looks like we have some space to put some soil on the bottom. So I'm going to do that. So it's here. So many wires, so look annoying for a while until I tie it to the patio. But I'm not going to put it outside for this month, because tomorrow it's going to drop, the temperature is going to drop below 0. Okay, so this is about the right height. So I'm going to put it like this. Going to put it up to eye level and see if the the angle, planting angle is okay. I think I would do about that. So the initial planting angle would not be completely ideal because I want to keep some roots to begin with. I don't want to cut off all the roots, so it's going to look about like that. And now I can try to tie these roots in. So that I can secure them. I'm going to tie both of it on one side because the other side we don't have much root yet. I'm going to tie all these in. And I'm going to cut the wire. I have the wire cutter here. Cut it. And then we can hide it in the soil. It's not very centered, but we can correct it later. When the tree get more established, I'm just going to fill in the rest of the kanuma. And then I'm going to use a chopstick to kind of help the soil to settle into the pot. As always, when you poke on the soil is going to get into the space between the roots, so it's going to sink a lot. When you poke on it, it's going to sink. So one day I will further reduce the root system and put it into an even smaller pot. I think this pot is still a little big, but this is the first repotting. The main goal is for the tree to survive, so I don't want to put it into too small of a pot to risk not having the tree survive. Okay. If I have a hammer, I can use a hammer to, but I think my hand will also work. You just knock it on the side of the pot. It's going to help the soil to settle in. Actually worked pretty good, much better than I thought. So I'm just going to do this. Just trying to but not let the soil come out of the pot. Just trying to give it a shake so that the sand can flow into the space, the empty space between the roots. Once that is done, I'm going to fill it with soil. Okay, now above the soil, I'm going to put a thin layer of sphagnum moss on there to cover the surface. So there's some root that's sticking out of the surface, then this sphagnum moss is going to hold it down so that it doesn't dry out. The sphagnum moss is also much more heavy than the canuma, so hopefully when we water, the canuma is not going to get washed away, because I heard that canuma actually float when you water it, because it's even lighter than water. So if I put some sphagnum moss on top of it, it's going to hold it down. Also, you can do it with just normal moss that you can collect on the sidewalk. If you go and take a walk and collect some normal moss, that would also work. But I happen to have some sphagnum moss lying around, so I use this. So the sphagnum moss are not alive. They are. You can buy them dry, and if you want to air layer something, you can use them for air layering too. So I originally have them for air layering, so but I didn't use all of them, so I have some laying around. That's why I use these for top dressing my bonsai. Okay, this is going to do well, I hope. So this would be the front. It would look like this. Currently it's a bit random, but it's going to get better and better. Let me water it and do a final trim. Okay, I forgot to bring my water can again, so you can take a look on this for a little bit, and I will come back in 1 minute to water it. Tomorrow, the temperature is going to drop to about 0 degrees C. So I'm going to keep the blueberry so in a unheated room to protect because it just get worked on. I'm not going to put it outdoor or it's going to die. But this is the correct time. I believe it's the correct time to work on the tree, because if you look at the branch I just cut off, the leaves has started to come out, started to swell. So it is the correct time because we have a warm winter here. The plants are this year, probably globally, we are having a warm winter too. So the plant, it's starting to have actions early. So I have to work early, but the temperature sometimes still drop in early February. But when it dropped below 0, we need to protect the tree that we just worked on. We need to keep them above 0, maybe in a unheated place. If you have a greenhouse, you can put it in a unheated greenhouse. I don't have a greenhouse, but my roommate just moved, so I have a room that's not heated. I can open the window, and without heat I can store the plants I just worked on in there, so that hopefully it's not going to die. Again, I'm going to water it until water start to come out from the bottom of the pot, and I can always lift the pot and see if it started to come out. No, there's no water. So then I'm just going to continue to water until it come out from the bottom. Then I know that it's sufficient. So if the root base, so if you look at this carefully, in the pot it was originally on this direction, but then the branch would be crossing. So I tilted the plant a little bit. So most of the original roots are in here. I don't want to cut all of it off, so I leave the plant a bit off center. So hopefully in the future, when the plant grow more roots, I can move it gradually back to the center of the pot, and also put it in a even smaller pot. So currently the angle is like that, so the 3 major branch doesn't cross each other. Let's see if there is water coming out. Nope, no water came out yet. Continue to water until water come out from the bottom. Okay, water start to come out from the bottom. That means it's good. Okay, so let me see what we can do in the end. Obviously, this top branch actually don't have a good movement, so I'm going to get rid of this. You cannot say it's not good. It's not in a unity with the rest of the branches. The rest of branches go down and go up, go down and go up, go down and go up. This branch go up and then go down, so it's not very very unifying with the rest of the branches. So I can get rid of it, leaving some stumps for it to die back. And this is the viewing angle. I don't think I need to do too much right now, except, let's see, here, this branch is this branch and this branch is almost parallel, and we do not need them, both of them, so I'm just going to get rid of one of it. And let's see. Let's take a look again. Okay. So I think this is fine for now. I'm not going to wire it right now because I heard that it's better to wire it in a real growing season like May, June, times like that, then it's going to get set faster. So I think this would be what I do for this tree at this point. So it's a semi-cascading tree which looks like this. I think this is the viewing angle, and these would be used later to tie the pot to my balcony, so it's not going to fall out of the balcony. Okay, so this is, let's do a final view. We probably need to go a little bit further from the plant so you can see the whole plant. Okay, this is the semi-cascade blueberry tree. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.